Hi everyone, welcome to the second one of these basic series. Today we're going to talk about which exchanges to use, how to sort of get involved in exchanges, what they're used for, and which ones to use depending on your strategy. So first and foremost, what sort of exchange you use depends on what you want to trade and what you want to buy. So first of all, if you just want to hold Bitcoin, you're better off just using one of the companies I showcased in my previous video. I'll put a link in the description, so you can just purchase some coins after uploading some funds, and then you can sort of hold and wait for the price to go up. Now, if you want to get involved in probably more of a safe sort of trading position or investing position, you could look at some of the large caps, and there's actually a platform or an exchange which you can sort of use for three of the main ones, three of the large caps. So I've got Bitcoin, Ethereum and Litecoin here, and I'll go through that specific exchange in a second. And then finally, which is probably most of you guys out there, you probably want to look at buying some Ripple, buying some Stratus, buying a few other altcoins, one of the 1200 or so out there. So so I think it depends first and foremost what you want to do. If you want to either just hold one, hold a select few, or really go out there and select quite a few sort of coins. So let's go into the exchanges. So again, as we saw in the previous video in terms of uploading funds, I had some issues with finding some companies to use, and similarly with the exchanges, I found it quite a tricky thing to do, if you like, in terms of just understanding which ones to use, which ones are safe, which ones are the best to trade coins. So I've listed a couple in terms of the ones I've sort of registered, and I'll talk through which ones I would recommend. So first of all, we've got CoinBase. We probably saw that in the last one, and CoinBase is one which you can sort of upload funds and obtain Bitcoin, but also you can trade Ethereum and Litecoin on there. It's probably one of the more popular ones, and especially if you're new into the space, it's really good because its interface is really user friendly. It's very good in terms of understanding the charts and the movements really easily. But if you are looking at using Ethereum and Litecoin and Bitcoin, I would recommend using Gdax. That's basically a sister or partner company of CoinBase, and therefore you use the same sort of underlying platform. Yes, the graphics is a bit more tricky at first because it's quite like a trader's platform, but you will very quickly understand the system. And the reason why I suggest using Gdax is the fees are completely free. So rather than paying 1 or 2% every time you make a trade on Coinbase, you're better off just moving your funds for free again, because it's the same platform, to Gdax. And then here you can sort of trade your Litecoin, Ethereum, invest accordingly. So if you want to look at the altcoins, want to trade in more than just Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, you'll have to use one of the many other sort of exchanges. I've highlighted two which I sort of registered for. I'll begin with Poloniex. So Poloniex has quite a lengthy KYC process. I had to actually take a picture with my documents and upload that to their sort of system. It took over 2 months, so actually I was verified maybe a few weeks ago, so way too slow in my opinion. It might be different for you, but for me, I ended up going with the ones that sort of accepted me the quickest. So in the end, I don't actually use Poloniex because it was just way too slow. Again, I think with many of these, the customer support isn't the greatest. But again, with Poloniex, I didn't get any responses in terms of understanding how long it would take, what's the issue with my KYC, know your customer process. So in the end, I didn't use that. That leads me on to Bittrex. So with Bittrex, that's my sort of main exchange. You can probably tell with some of the charts which I've included in my videos. It's from the Bittrex platform. So Bittrex was relatively quick and easy. They also had a KYC process, but from memory, I don't think it was very sort of laborious. It was very quick. And here I trade my altcoins. I move them from CoinBase or Gdax to Bittrex, where I trade some of the others, as we saw previously with Vertcoin. So Bittrex is highly recommended if you want to trade outside of the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. If you want to trade those three, I use Gdax because the fees are free. With Bittrex, the fees are relatively small. It's I believe it's 0.25% for every trade. So you really need to make sure you make at least 0.5% on your trade when you make a open and close a trade. Essentially, because you've got when you pay 0.25 when you buy and you pay 25% when you sell. So so that's just a very quick run through of the exchanges I've used. For me, in summary, Gdax is the best in terms of using Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And again, you use CoinBase to sort of upload your funds and move it to Gdax. And then if you want to use or trade alternative coins, then you use Bittrex. Bittrex is relatively straightforward. It has most of the major players in the coins and has one of the biggest trading volumes in the sort of crypto space. So that brings me to the end of this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know if there's any more videos you want to see in this basic series. I think I've covered most of the sort of issues I faced. If you guys want a video on how to actually do a trade or upload funds and move it to the exchanges, let me know in the comment section. Catch you in the next one.